for it. Are we live? I'm hearing myself echo.
Slightly. I can hear myself echo slightly.
I couldn't hear it a minute ago. Oh my God, we're on. We're on the internet. Curtis Selby with the Bo Shudder right at the beginning. Thank you. Thank you, my Star Wars friend right there. Bo Shudder. All right.
Star Trek's better.
Nice. They're not. They're different. They're different. It's not better. It's not worse.
It was so funny because I actually went to a panel. It was like early on in SoonerCon. Not early on in SoonerCon, obviously, but in 2009 I went to a panel, and it was Star Trek versus Star Wars.
No,
they got these panelists, and they're like, "We have no idea what to talk about." They're just different shows. How can you compare those two?
Right.
They're both very, very good.
It's science fiction versus science fantasy. They're two different worlds. Humans. What are you gonna do?
Yes.
Yep.
Why is there a red dot on my?
On your forehead, duck.
Sorry.
I don't know. How are we looking out there, YouTube?
Woo!
How is like
Germs.
how is like looking? This is like because he likes boba. I love boba. Yeah, I'm saying boba. We're talking about Star Wars, and I'm saying boba. Are you catching that, Michael?
On a first name basis.
Yeah.
I still have to call him Mr. Fett or
Mr. Fett?
Bounty Hunter.
His official title is a guy just trying to make his way in the galaxy. To get it right. Brooke, how you been?
Oh man, I was going to give a really good colloquialism and then realized maybe I shouldn't use that one because it's got a word in it.
Can you spell colloquialism?
Yes.
Colloquial.
The man, he does math. He can spell big words.
Thanks for the carry,
Ross, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for the carry in PR.
It's wrong, and there are people out there going, "No, he's wrong. He's wrong."
KULOC.
MICKEYMO.
It's okay. They're gonna let us know in the chat if you spelled it wrong. Hal, what's going on? I like Boba the T. I like the. I love Boba the Fett. I like Boba the T. Because
speaking also of teas, Michael, you have a really cool dragon on your shirt or something.
This is my shirt that says I'm not procrastinating. I'm doing side quests.
Why don't we all have that shirt? I put on a fancy red overshirt because I'm tired of Brooke being the most attractive guy on the stream.
No, I'm
trying to kick it up. It's shiny. It looks like a smoking jacket or something. I should be all dignified.
Shiny.
Right. Michael, how you been?
I have been fantastic. So I am really. As soon as I was about to get on tonight, I get an email from Monument Studios. They're one of the groups that we have for doing our audio, and they send out updates every now and then. So they have just sent out a new March update with 150 songs. I can't wait to get to it. It's like Christmas morning because it's like I get that's all new music. I could use that music for this. I could use that music for this. And so planning out what I want to do for Red Dead D&D and for Secrets of Monster Island.
Don't say too much.
No.
We're getting. I keep wanting to talk about things that we can't talk about. We have some surprises coming up, some stuff coming up. Don't do it, Brooke.
There's some great stuff. Where did we end up? Episode 91 was yesterday, right?
Right.
Episode 91.
I know that I shouldn't
There he goes.
In the outtakes of episode 91, I was sitting there listening to him, and you guys were just cracking me up. You guys were just putting on a musical that day, evidently around the table.
Where this is how we do it. Is that the one where we did?
Right. I know. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. I gotta check it out. We sing way too much during the show. We're gonna get a copy strike so bad.
I sit right across the table from Connor, and then I think it was either Johnny. I think you called it or whatever. But I sit right across the table from Connor when we're recording, and we busted into that, and all of us older white guys doing, our dance moves, and Connor was embarrassed for us. He was just like,
that's fine.
Connor's got the one that he's young, so we're like his dads doing when your dad sings along in the I like it big, but I cannot lie.
You dad, what are you doing? Yeah.
Dad, stop! No, my friends are here, Dad. They're in the chat.
Go ahead. Somebody asked me.
How's your day going?
Great. It's been great. It's been so chaotic. It's been so weird. I got no sleep last night.
Your smoking jacket?
But I have my smoking jacket. I know I always talked a lot, so I have not on purpose or tried to. It's just been distracting. I've not had a drink since TokenCon. So I thought, I'm going to drink with my boys tonight. I don't know what you two are drinking, but I always looked up the rules for drinking on a live stream on Twitch, and I never found them. And so I'm just kind of wondering what the rules for drinking on a YouTube stream are. We'll find out.
It seems like every Grognard show starts with drinking.
Yeah.
I am actually trying something new tonight. And I really like it.
That's a mighty straw you have there, sir.
It's a really big straw. That way I can do this.
And boom, it's one drink and it's gone.
It's still down there, right? Boom.
There's just no way to look manly drinking out of a straw.
I looked for ginger beer again because that was really great when I had it that time, and they didn't have any more. So I'll have to find some more ginger beer, and I can't wait for winter when we can get some cider.
That would be.
Our patrons know what I'm talking about.
So, Johnny, I have to say, speaking of cider, we have a new. It's a new underwriter for NPR, and of course, every time I hear the underwriting for Dickinson College,
you think of the cider from Dickens Farm.
I cannot help but think of Johnny. I'll let y'all figure that one out.
Okay, so my reputation precedes me. We're 1 for 1. We're 1 for 3 on the street names. I see some inspiration there on our table names. Fantastic. All right. So what's going on in the chat, Brooke?
Oh my gosh. Curtis says drink more cider. Stacy just thinks the whole thing is awkward. So.
I like what Hal said.
No, Stacey, you're absolutely right. Why do it if it doesn't embarrass others? I totally agree.
Right.
That's why I have a son, is so that I can embarrass him.
It's all right there. Yes, Hal says my attractiveness is so high he can't compute it. That's what I think the chat said.
He's. I'm gonna let you have that win.
Yeah,
Brooke.
That's right.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm not gonna talk about how he's bad at computing. I'm gonna let you have the win. Michael, where'd you get that shirt?
Well, Christmas. I think I got this one from my wife's mom.
Well, we need to find out. We need to source that bad boy.
I think it's Amazon.
We need to find out.
Yeah, just Google it.
I can't go all the way to the Amazon to get a shirt.
I'm pretty sure you could. Yeah, I think it's actually. Yeah, I think it's probably Amazon because I think I actually did put this down on my wish list for the Christmas because I saw this and thought,
right on.
That's genius. That's just.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm like the anti-procrastinator. I actually don't.
You get stuff done.
I don't have time to not do it.
Right.
I don't have time to procrastinate.
We're at TokenCon and you're sitting there with your laptop and headphones out and editing our live panel.
Yeah, Friday.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen!
Secrets of Monster Island. Friday is editing Secrets of Monster Island. Sunday I was editing the round or the Q&A table talk. So no, I don't. And when I've got free time, I am either here at my computer editing, or I am using a program that allows me to link into this computer to edit.
Oh.
And I want to make sure it's good.
You're so tech savvy.
I'm well, somewhat. I'm more just a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm. So
It's good to have those people in your life.
keep that in mind with the street cred names that we're going to come up with at the end of the episode.
For those just arriving to the chat and folks on the show who didn't pay attention, what do you have in mind there, Johnny? Any particular directions or logistics with that?
We will put it to a vote, and we'll let the audience speak on what's going to be. So, yeah, that'll happen.
I like it.
Audience participation.
Audience participation.
Say it.
Patient. You always consta that thing. All right.
Because that's the line. That's the line from Rocky Horror Picture Show, which, by the way, I need to see that again sometime soon. I miss it.
Oh, the Boom, Halloween, October. We go to the Boom.
We should have a red dirt. We should get a red dirt table to go to the Boom.
Yep.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yep, for sure. I wonder, is Ginger Halfling in the chat yet? I wonder if Kiri's.
Everybody.
I wonder if Kiri's ever seen Rocky Horror live.
Ooh, that's a good. Yeah, see, I actually, a couple of Halloweens ago, my wife and I went to go see the Rocky Horror Show at the Civic Center.
Right. Oh.
And oh my gosh, that was so, because it wasn't the movie, it was the Rocky Horror Show. And it was so much fun. What was even funner was I didn't realize you could still do audience participation.
Oh,
in
indeed.
Theater version.
Yeah.
Because I figured you just basically, and I did. I cracked up the cast a couple of times, and I loved it.
So,
I absolutely loved it.
Not to brag or resume myself, but some of those shows at the Civic Center, I knew the artistic director or the choreographer or somebody, and they had drawings where you come in and you get your ticket stub and you write your name on it, and you drop it in a bowl, and they draw names at random and pull you up on stage, and you watch the entire show from a small wooden car on wheels, and they just wheel you around the stage like Brad and Janet, driving in a flat tire. They pull 4 people up, 2 in the front seat, 2 in the back seat. I'm not saying it's rigged, but if you know the right people, your name will be called. And I've seen that show many times from the stage itself. At Lyric, not Civic Center, but Lyric.
When the Rocky Horror Picture Show was at the AMC on Penn and Memorial, I was Brad for 2 years.
What were the years here?
Like you couldn't get the makeup off, or what?
That would have been 85 to 87.
Okay,
because
like 89 to 95, every weekend I was at Rocky. I've seen Rocky in theaters in triple digits. That's my claim to fame right there, ladies and gentlemen.
My favorite story is I did Brad one night.
I could have saw you.
Doing it for about a year, and walk out of the theater, and there's my mother.
And Brad at the end of Rocky is just
Brad
fishnets, feather boa
is throughout the whole thing. He's running around in his BVDs.
Right. Oh, Brad.
So my mother just looked at me and goes, "So this is what you do on the weekends?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay."
Did she say, "Well, are you at least getting paid?"
No.
Evil Dead the Musical.
Theater experience.
Evil Dead the Musical?
You ever heard of this?
Tell me.
Have you been stuck in a pandemic for years?
Sometimes Michael Cross is the only news I can trust, because sometimes I hear things and I think, that's parody, and then it's real. And so sometimes when I hear the real news, I think, that's a joke. So
you need to hear Shop Smart, Shop S-Mart on NPR one morning.
Shop S-Mart.
But he has to sing it.
No.
Sponsored by
Dickens Farm that makes really great cider.
So one thing I did learn today, did you guys ever watch The Quest? The reality show The Quest on ABC?
I glanced at it once. kind of.
We loved it.
I should probably watch
We
it.
loved it. It's LARPing.
Yeah.
It's reality show LARPing. Well, Disney, which of course owns ABC, which means they own the Quest, has finally decided to bring this show back, which they've been needing to bring back for 7 years. So very excited. The Quest is going to be on Disney Plus sometime in May, and I'm very, very excited about it.
I will definitely watch it then.
Yeah, it looks a lot like it's LARPing. It's reality show LARPing. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Ride the D&D gravy train.
Ride the D and D gravy train. Plausible deniability at its finest. Curtis Selby has a point.
Plausible deniability.
Curtis's last name is Selby, so Curtis could open an S-Mart. I know some Selbys, Curtis. Probably not related. I don't know how common Selby is.
It's related to Ben Franklin.
Right.
What does Disney not own? Dungeons and Dragons yet,
Right.
Stacy. Dungeons and Dragons yet. They still don't own Dungeons and Dragons. But we grok you too, Curtis.
Woo! Oh my goodness.
Does anyone remember the William Shatner on Saturday Night Live where he was doing a convention and it's the Get a Life?
Oh, yeah. His whole Get a Life thing. He did, yeah.
But they've got one of the guys, one of the cast members had a T-shirt that said "I grok Spock."
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and what beats that out is Bill Murray, the lounge singer, singing Star Wars in the 70s.
Oh, those crazy Star Wars.
Talking about Star Wars. See, this is us. This is what we do during our recordings. We sing just random stuff. Become a patron. You can check that stuff out.
What? Wait, guys. Plausible Deniability, the musical.
I got jazz hands. Oh my God!
It's gonna be a thing.
It will. Well, who's gonna play you, Michael?
I don't know.
Himself, obviously. If he can do Brad, he can do Michael.
Okay.
I can do it. Yes.
Who's gonna play me?
I'll play you.
They're only noodles, Michael.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Who's that?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Who's Kiefer Sutherland? Never heard of her.
I want to be played by David Hasselhoff.
Everybody wants to be played by David Hasselhoff. That's fantastic. See, Hal knows what I'm talking about.
We have been played by David.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on in Germany. David Hasselhoff is huge in Germany. For all we know, he's doing a one-man show of Red Dirt D&D over there.
That's right. Hey, for a while we were huge in Hong Kong.
We were huge in Hong Kong.
We're like, what, number 48 of all of the podcasts in Hong Kong?
I mean, I'm pretty big in Korea, but we were huge in Hong Kong. Well, right, yeah, sure, okay. What's going on in chat? Hugh Jackman. Who's Hugh Jackman playing?
Curtis says Hugh Jackman should play you. That makes perfect sense. I can see it.
To play MC?
Yeah, there you go.
It's already started. It's great.
Yeah.
For Michael Cross?
I was thinking for Johnny Payne, but you know.
Eric Stoltz.
That works.
I mean.
Eric Stoltz. Eric Stoltz was originally going to be on Back to the Future.
Yes, he was. He turned it down.
Yep.
You know what I found out the other day? Here's a little lesson that I learned. So you guys remember Breakfast Club, right?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. You neo-maxi Zoom dweeble.
That's right. That John Hughes actually invited the composer of "Don't You Forget About Me." They invited them in.
Simple Minds.
To watch the film. No, it was not. It was the writer of it. Simple Minds performed it.
Oh, good. Okay, fair enough.
Not write the song.
Mm-hmm.
The writers of the song were allowed to come in and view it, and they were so moved by Anthony Michael Hall's moment of, "Hey, will you guys still remember it? Will you still be together Monday? What's going to happen on Monday?" That they wrote that song about it. And they tried to then sell it out, tried to figure out who was going to sing this song. And you know one of the people that turned it down? Annie Lennox and the Eurythmics.
No.
turned it down.
Wow. That's why Roxette was a better band than the Eurythmics.
Though. Yeah. So
it's a great song. It's also on my playlist. Yeah. It was. Oh yeah, that was a great song.
incredible.
I have a Breakfast Club horror story. God, I always wanted the Breakfast Club to be put into a playwright to just convert it into a stage performance.
Yes. It shouldn't be a play.
Because you can't, unless it's like officially done, you can't do it. But there's a loophole that was discovered the year after I graduated high school. And the loophole was a high school can do whatever the hell they want for educational purposes. So my alma mater put on the Breakfast Club, and I was already out.
The year after you left.
I did sit down one weekend and write the script for the scene where they're all sitting around getting high, and we did it as a one act for just a classroom assignment. But yeah, I went and watched every performance those kids did, because I still had friends there. It was just the year after. But that show definitely needs to be a straight play. Don't turn it into a musical.
Yeah, it needs to be.
Yeah, great stage performance.
Of course, it's kind of. I haven't seen a lot of those John Hughes movies recently. I don't know how well they age.
Have you seen the documentary where they go looking for John Hughes? I can't remember what it's called. We'll Google it later. But there's a movie. It's a documentary.
Well, it's hard to go look for him now. He's dead.
Well, it was before he died, sir. Brooks, like, I don't know what to do with you. But no,
fine. You look him up in the registry. You go.
No, there's a documentary. There's a documentary of a group of young people traveling cross country to go to his house and ask him one simple question: why did you stop making movies? And I'm not going to give away the ending.
Oh.
I'm not going to give away the ending, but you should definitely watch it. Interesting things about him: he wrote almost every movie he's done. He wrote in less than 3 or 4 days. He wrote Breakfast Club over a weekend. Yeah, he wrote Breakfast Club over the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird Science.
Shakespeare wrote everything in one sitting as well.
Shakespeare was a hack. I'm kidding. He was okay.
Then it's fighting words.
John Hughes, he's not.
No, those are fighting words. I'm looking over your shoulder. No, hey, I was Benedict.
Indeed, over the shoulder on the wall.
Right. I was Benedict, and I've been one ever since.
On the other side, so you're in big trouble.
I did. So you did Benedict. Much Ado.
Yeah. I've been a lot of Shakespeare characters. It's fun. It's good stuff. Once you get that Elizabethan rolling, it's good stuff. Kinder Thulu's in the chat.
What do you think was your most?
What do I think was my what?
What was your most fun that you had, either with the role or just with the cast and the whole production was awesome?
I played Victor Frankenstein, and that was a blast. Especially the show's called Frankenstein 1949. The guy who played the monster was a black belt, so he choreographed all of our fight scenes, and it ended in a dramatic struggle over a pistol, and then a shot was fired, and we both collapsed, and there was a pause before one of us stood up. But it was just a really fun show to do. They really highlighted Elizabeth and his new life and everything. That was a lot of fun. Cabaret was fun. I played Max. I own the Kit Kat Club. I didn't have any lines. I can't sing to save my life, but it was a fun show. And then anything Shakespeare I've ever done was great. It's good stuff. Michael, you did a lot of theater. Michael, what were your highlights? What were your big ones that you loved? You do again?
Well, actually, this picture actually comes from when I did a show called I Hate Hamlet at the Jewel Box Theater, and I played John Barrymore's ghost.
John Barrymore.
And with Jared Blount, and it was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I loved just it was fun to show love for Shakespeare while at the same time kind of poking fun at it a little bit.
Yeah.
And
doing the parody.
That was a lot of fun.
Some people, Shakespeare's dead, of course, but some people think parodies are an honor. There have been many musical groups that have said you've made it.
Sure.
I've heard that. Yeah.
I don't know if we got a lot of Weird Al listeners in the chat. We'll find that out. What do we got going on here? Much Ado is his best play. Much Ado is, it's pretty good stuff. It's pretty good stuff.
Much Ado is one of my favorites, without a doubt. That one and Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
Lysander. It was in 1990. I played Lysander, and I was kind of floored. It was the first time I ever got to do an ingenue role, and so I was like, "Me? You want me to be an ingenue? What? I'm the character actor. I don't know what you guys are talking about."
That's awesome.
My favorite with Much Ado was the Lord Lackbeard line. Was very fun to say. And then at the end, when he basically tells her to shut up and then plants a kiss on her, that's just the 90s trope of romantic comedies right there. And Shakespeare started it.
Well, and I still to this day just misquote Dogberry all the time. Sixth and lastly.
Sixth
I think
and lastly.
Curtis put that in the chat earlier, right? With if I were yes, in the chat. I think Curtis is quoting Dogberry, right?
Dogberry's fabulous.
Tedious as a king.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's true. Way to go. Look at our cultured chat.
I
know.
From Weird Al to Shakespeare to...
Kinder's trying to sing Weird Al, but he's actually singing Michael Jackson. I don't know what's happening. Don't know if anyone listening to this cast isn't a Weird Al fan. That's true. Yeah. No, Weird Al's great. Weird Al's great. And Weird Al comedy too, so that's why it's like unique that I like Weird Al. I've been turned on to a really great funny song lately. It's called "My Calling" by the Cooties. It's really fun. Check that out. I'm not going to sing it because of language, but check it out sometime. It's good stuff. I'll wait for Kinder Thulu to realize his mistake. Amish Paradise is one of my go-to karaoke songs. Oh my god. All right, we have the chat to give us a nickname for Brooke here. Let me get this ball rolling.
You don't know what you've unleashed, probably.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there are people who personally.
Your game.
He's lovable and yet has a giant target naturally on his forehead.
There are people who know you for years in our chat right now, Brooke.
That is not wrong.
There are also people who know me pretty well in the chat too. Be nice, Kinder.
Yeah, Amish Paradise is actually one of my favorite.
Yeah, Coolio got mad about it. Coolio didn't want him to do it, but his production company approved.
And wasn't Prince never wanted Weird Al to do any parodies? Is that correct? Am I pulling that out of my brain?
I don't know. I don't know if I've heard that one.
I haven't heard that one either.
Yeah.
Jumping back to Shakespeare, have you guys ever seen a live performance of Midsummer?
Yeah. Yes. I've done it.
Yeah. Oh, who were you again? Oberon?
Lysander. Yeah.
Oh, you said that. Yeah. You said that.
And actually, in 1990, I was Lysander for Shakespeare in the Park, and then in 2010, I was Aegeus. So I had gone from being the ingenue to being the father, the lover of the girl Hermia, to being the father of Hermia.
I've gone from playing Romeo to playing his dad. I know. I get it. I know.
I go, great.
We wear it well, Mr. Cross. We wear it well.
I know.
And just a little bit of Shakespeare training, and it lays the groundwork for the perfect dad embarrassment episodes because you can just bust into the thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Curtis goes from speaking Huttese with the bow shutta to speaking Klingon. I need to meet Curtis. Brooke, I need to meet Curtis. make that magic happen.
You guys will just sit there and talk in Klingon in like 3 languages.
The world is not ready.
I need a universal translate.
We will talk about Star Wars in the original Klingon. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Does anyone know the story?
Hamlet in the original Klingon.
You can't appreciate it.
There it is. I knew Hal would come up. I knew Hal would come up with a good one. So
The X-Man only shoots X's.
that's off of the fact that I only have daughters. So I'll let you guys figure the rest of that one out. So.
Now it makes sense.
Only shoots X's. I get that joke.
I do too. That's fantastic. It's good because it's sciencey.
Yeah, right.
It's sciencey.
Like, the dumb people can't figure it out. They're like, you mean like a superhero, like
Right.
a mutant? Yeah, something like that. It's,
Yeah.
So
One of them comic book
everybody has
fellers.
a superpower. Mine just happens to be that. So.
Right. Oh man. So we got the X-Men, and based on your roles in the podcast, we've got Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
We were playing the one shot with Shenanigans Unplugged, one of our fantastic folks, and we're using the digital dice roller on Roll20 for Shenanigans Unplugged. You can check him out on YouTube.
Yep.
And I rolled a couple of times, and he was completely flabbergasted. He was just like, "My God, it's real! Like, what dice gods have you offended?" Because even the digital dice roller was like,
Dice love me. They really do. I don't roll like a lot of 20s, but I always roll enough to hit.
I need a drink after you or something, because the past few weeks I have not rolled double digits in any game I've played. Pathfinder, D&D, Star Wars. I've been having some. It's like 10 terrible rolls, and then I one shot something. I guess it's a fair trade.
Yeah. I was just editing a recent episode where I hit a lot.
and we were very thankful.
Every time, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, this is awesome. And so editing it was really fun.
I love this, and we mentioned this, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago. I just love the sound of your dice roller. It's just like, because oftentimes Gaz gets to use multiple dice at a time, and it's just like, it's just so fantastic.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, well, hey, that's Pro Laser Cuts. That's Laser and Cuts.
That's the Z. Pro Laser Cuts. It's fantastic.
Something really weird happened whenever we were with Dad's Anime Stash a couple, like Friday.
I missed that. Tell me all about it.
Ash and Connor and I were there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good. It was great. You can check them out here on YouTube as well, Dad's Anime Stash. And they just wanted some brainstorming on, hey, we're thinking about doing kind of an anime D&D thing. We want to use the D&D template or rules, but we're going to, do kind of like this anime throwback Jumanji Quantum Leap type of adventure thing where you get sucked in to these different anime shows that we love and have to do stuff. And it's a really great idea that they're going to be building. So that was really great. And we just talked about, how it could work, some DM tricks from Ash. They did a great job sharing that. And Connor shared some stuff about hey, the parody rules. We were kind of talking about parody earlier. So it's a really great episode. Give it a listen later on. Put it in your player. Dad's Anime Stash D&D edition here on YouTube. But the weird thing that happened was we rolled off some dice at the very beginning of the episode, and I think Connor as well. I know definitely Ash and I, we all rolled 17s, and they actually didn't believe me that I could roll the dice that high. But it was true.
only when it doesn't count.
I'm not buying
Only when it doesn't count.
Right.
That's right.
I don't know. You can make some good wisdom rolls.
It is one of those things when you don't think Makrin's going to make it, like when it's a wisdom roll, or oh my gosh, we're going to try to, counterspell some incredible big bad guy or whatever. The rolls happen then, but if he would like to walk up the stairs without tripping, no. Or run across the table and mash potatoes. No. The dice are not going to let him do that.
Or coyotes putting you to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure.
Out of the McKee Ranch, like.
Yeah, right, yeah.
No, your problem is, Brooke, that your dice know when it works for the story. When
Their story
dice are there, but if they think it's going to be funny, you have cartoon dice. Only when it's funny will they mess with you.
We can kill Wiley, or we can make him slide across the table on a plate of mashed potatoes. Let's go with that one. That's what your dice always pick. Yep. I know people in our chat do. Do either of you watch a lot of anime? Anime.
So what I'm watching right now, and I am watching My Hero Academia.
Okay.
I am halfway through season 3, and mostly I'm watching it. My son and his girlfriend are digging it, and I went to a convention with them, an anime convention, on New Year's Day with them, and hung out with the My Hero Academia people. They were all dressed up. It was really cool, but I really didn't know what they were doing. I understood it's an anime. It's not, right. You know, not that. I understood what My Hero Academia is.
I knew it was a cartoon. Yeah.
Which is TikTok thing you're talking about.
Exactly.
Are they on the Tic Tacs?
Anybody know how to load up videos on Facebook? And I'm absolutely loving it. If anybody wants to watch, and if we ever get into anime, watch My Hero Academia. It's a little bit, the first season is a little bit of a slog, but once it gets going, it is really, really good. It's like superhero Harry Potter.
Yeah. Oh, okay, very good. I was going to say kind of spoiler free, like what is it that you like about it? So
it's superhero Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Where this young man who was just a loser geek gets superpower.
He gets
geekdom before.
And gets to go to superhero school.
He was such a geek that even the D&D players didn't like him.
Yeah.
True story. And then he gets swept up by, what was it? No fear, citizen, I am here. Was that guy's catchphrase in the beginning of the first season? I think so. I was going to say, if you were to put Red Dirt into anime...
Well, we'll let you know in a minute on the stream if we're still live or not.
OBS reconnected, so...
Well...
Let us know when we're back.
Kinder Thulu, I would definitely go down to Akon. Without a doubt.
Oh, don't go with Kinder Thulu.
My Hero Academia is so good.
Thulu and Michael, what is Akon?
It's a convention, I think, down in Dallas, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a hip-hop artist.
It's just an anime convention.
Gotcha.
It is. It's good stuff. Get a lot of cool swag there.
I think it happens the same weekend as SoonerCon.
Oh, I think it does. Well, it used to. They've moved venues, so maybe it's different dates now.
Yeah. But I would love to go to another anime convention. It was weird going to a convention and not playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, it's weird.
And hanging out with the cosplayers. I don't usually hang out with the cosplayers. I usually hang out with the D&D players.
Right, the cool kids.
So, yeah, it was a neat experience. And since I got to see all these people dressed up as characters, now I'm watching the show and going, oh, that's who they were dressed up as. Oh, that's as I'm watching the show.
That's cool.
You're like, I get that reference.
What's the on your left reference for My Hero Academia that you found so far? Like the one that you think kind of pops up
Relax, citizen. I'm here.
Yeah.
That's All Might. All Might is.
All Might, yeah.
Actually, if you guys might hear a little bit of All Might in Gaz. If you guys listen to it.
There
is a little bit of All Might in Gaz.
That's starting to make sense now.
It's where I take a little bit of the, yes, I am here. I am mighty and I am strong. Don't worry, citizen.
Don't worry, young Zonimus.
Don't worry, young Zonimus. Because he calls you young Midoriya. Just you wait, young Midoriya.
It's all coming together now.
Yeah. Now,
so,
and that I love the fact because I know you've shared it. I don't remember exactly where, but you surprised me because you said that you hadn't practiced Gaz before it was time.
Yeah.
Oh, that just happened at the table?
Yeah, it just came out.
That's fantastic.
And he's it's just because I knew I wanted him to be over the top. I knew I wanted him to be the hero type, but I was thinking more of the paladin type of the good guy, but he went even more over the top. Gaz was far more over the top than I had actually planned for.
Yeah.
That's the hair.
And I'm always going to say this. I love it when it's quiet and you speak and Carrie literally jumps at the table because your voice scares her. That's just fantastic.
Well, and here's the thing. Let's just face it. When Kiri reacted, that just egged me on.
Oh yeah. Of course it did. Of course it did. Yeah.
It was like, I cannot do this voice. I'm like, oh, well, let me see if I can do the voice bigger.
Speaking of anime and street cred with geek nicknames, I'm going to do an honorable mention and give F4 Tornado, give Fortunato, our friendly neighborhood lich, a name, and that's going to be One Touch Man.
Oh, too soon.
Too soon, Michael?
Still too soon.
Too soon.
Oh, see, that is actually one of the things that so Curtis and Kendra Thule, the Oklahoma Smash, Detroit Smash. That's what All Might does whenever he punches somebody. He says a state name or a city name or something like that. And one of them at one point was Oklahoma Smash, and it was a tornado.
Oh, so it themes into the state.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Finally, he's fighting this major bad guy recently, and he was United States of America Smash. It was a big, huge one, yes. So,
right on.
Fireworks and whistles and all kinds of stuff, right? Hey, Johnny, I thought when you were mentioning names and animation, I thought you were going to pull out Germs' comment about the Pathfinder video game Kingmaker. He says there's a character in there that sounds enough like Gaz that every time that comes on the screen, he has to do a double take.
Oh, really?
That's kind of cool.
I got Kingmaker at the end of the last year when Epic Games was doing their free stuff. I've yet to actually install it and play it. I need to do that. Speaking of all this, we're a D&D group talking about Pathfinder stuff. Pathfinder's making D&D content.
What?
They're converting some of their adventure paths over to 5e.
No.
Yeah, they have some great, because they have. I mean, I know so many D&D players who just praise Pathfinder's adventure path, but they don't like the crunchy roll system. So they're starting to. I mean, they're going where the money is, of course. Yeah, they're converting some of their APs over to 5e.
Johnny, can you put that link in the doobly-doo for after the show?
I'll put the doobly-doo after the show. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Because here's the thing, I really tried to convert. Which one did I try to convert? The one where they go to the Isle of Dread. You played it in, Brooke.
Yeah, it's that's actually D&D 3.5, which is basically Pathfinder.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's with Savage Tide. In fact, it's what my home game is playing right now.
Yeah, I tried to convert it, and it is so hard to convert that to 5e. But if somebody could please convert that to 5e, I think it's a great story.
It's fantastic. We are having so much fun with it in my home game. It is so much fun. And it was, so shout out to Curtis and Stacy as well, because that when connected together became the villain of the arc, and so as DMs, man, listen to what your players put in their backstory, because we could have just done the basic Savage Tide with the brother, but now we have this other bad guy that is so much better because so many of the players are invested in what happens. It's just great. So
yeah, I just use Savage Tide to get my Saturday group from the mainland of Earth to the Flyness to the Isle of Dread, and actually did introduce them to Sasserine. So it's very possible Sasserine could come back later on in their campaign. I don't know. I'm working on it right now. So they just recently reached the mysterious cave in the Barrier Peaks, which shocked them. They were not ready for what was inside that mysterious cave in the Barrier Peaks.
Yeah, because you're doing
Barrier Peaks.
You're doing kind of snapshots of all the old modules, right?
Yeah.
Goodman Games does those.
Yeah. Goodman Games does the and went through Borderlands, Keep on the Borderlands, Into the Unknown, Isle of Dread. Then I pulled out of the Yawning Portal and played them through the Forgotten Temple of. Yeah, somebody's going to be yelling it right now.
Amanaguchi.
Yeah. Anyway,
Dickens Farm.
that one. And then of course, Expedition to the Barrier Peaks they're doing right now. They might be doing another one in just a bit. So, and then I will personally write up their finale.
Hit it, Brooke.
It'd be awesome. Go ahead. What?
I know what you want to say. Say it.
I lost it.
Connor Whittakay is in the chat.
Connor
Whittakay! What's happening, Connor?
I almost typed it. You're exactly right. Get out of my brain. I
know. I saw you once. Yeah.
Connor.
Yep.
It's the real Connor.
I know your tells.
But
it's the real Connor. It's Connor with the S, or with the C.
Connor with the S. That's right.
His last name. Yeah. Connor made this lovely sign here that you see next to me. This plausible deniability thing here.
Yes.
Amongst
he did.
many other things.
All of our graphic work. Those of you who are in the Discord, have you noticed the new emojis that Connor has done? Oh my gosh.
Very impressive. Awesome. Very impressive.
I love those. Hey, you know what else is impressive? Something we have not talked about that happened that dropped since our last plausible deniability, and that's our April Fool's special.
All right. Speaking of Connor.
Speaking of kobolds, yeah. Woo!
That April Fool's special was so much fun to put together. And by the way, Brooke does the voice of the chippy, cheery kobold.
You talk about imposter syndrome, because Ash and Connor at the table, they nailed the kobold voice, and I was trying to emulate that, and it just wasn't quite sounding right. And Connor was so gracious. He was like, "It's a kobold 5,000 years ago. There's been some changes," and I was like, "You make me feel so good about myself. Thank you." So he's the best.
It was a great. We had so much fun. If you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, do go check out the April Fool's special. It's very short. It's very fun, and loved it. So
love it.
Yeah, it was really fun. So, and that actually came from the Landlocked Siren, who said, "Hey, I'm really looking forward to the April Fools this year," and so. There were some conflicts of scheduling, and we had to create some magic. So that was Michael Cross.
I get that
awake at midnight anyway, but
I get that in the morning. Yes, you guys. I get up and I look up at Discord, and it's like at 8 o'clock. You guys started this conversation. Like, I missed this entire con. Oh, I've got something in the mail. All right.
Awesome. What we're looking at? We got 10 more minutes before Michael turns into a pumpkin.
Woo! You know, talking with you guys, time just flies by.
I know.
The chat is fantastic. You guys make it rock and roll. So
there's so much about the podcast I want to talk about, but I'm going to slip up and spoil the stuff that we can't.
Let me ask you guys: are you guys going to do the mid-show break for next week?
No. Are we, Brooke?
They're
terrible. They're terrible. Do you want this, Michael? Do you want us to do the mid-show break?
Loves them.
Your wife loves them?
My wife loves them. She does. She absolutely loves them.
Okay.
I have never experienced anyone's eyes saying yes stronger than just now when Johnny Payne went no.
I got the eyebrow involved. You don't want to cross that.
I'm so confused.
So,
Curtis says we have a little kobold in all of us.
yeah, keep listening, Curtis. Keep listening to the podcast.
There's an idea. Johnny and I, or the three of Grognards, doing a mid-show break as kobolds. That would be fantastic.
That would be funny.
We'd have to. I can't talk about that. Okay, so another time. Anyway, so.
What was I saying? Yes. I don't know. Finger guns. Let's just go with that because it works when you don't know what you're saying. Yeah, Michael, we'll do the mid-show break. Brooke, are you up for it? You got like 10 extra minutes to.
We can totally do the mid-show break. We'll record it right after this. Even, one of these days we're going to record it live and bring in the chat room guests because that'll be confusing.
Oh, yeah, that'll be.
Yeah, not only very confusing because people will be a week later going, what are they talking about?
Right.
So yeah, can experience time travel.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis noble in mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles and by opposing them.
It's fantastic. That is awesome. Nailed it. The Kobold family is right there. Connor, Ash, Michael Cross. Oh my gosh.
I can't do it anymore.
Speaking of Shakespeare, real quick, there was a show that I did back in 1990. Love's Labor's Lost.
No, yeah.
And I played the King of Navarre. And he has the very first speech in the show. He's the first lines in the show. And I can still recall, word for word, most of that speech.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Pretty awesome. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the first monologue that I was like educationally taught was Macbeth. The Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've taken acting classes over the years here and there, like college or just like a side thing or an NX or whatever. And every class always starts with, here's a monologue, memorize it. And you spend weeks performing it in so many different ways just to get a little piece of words.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Those what?
Yeah, that's what I did with there was a show called Dylan that which is about Dylan Thomas. And he has a wonderful monologue in there. And to this day, I can quote you the entire, because I would use it for auditions all the time. And so I could still do that one.
Yeah, there are pieces that stick with you.
That you will always stick in your head.
Yeah, there are. I did we did a high school play called Voices from the High School. It was just scenes of high school, kind of behind the curtain, the things that you don't know, the real drama that actually happens, like bad parents and bullies and stuff. And I played a guy who attempted to end everything, but his sister found him. I don't think I will ever forget that monologue. It was really
stick with you forever.
When we did the day show, like the guidance counselor came running back into the dressing rooms looking for me after that scene, thinking it was like I just used the moment to tell a story for real. And yeah, we kind of staged it that way too. I come out with a mic and the stage manager was like trying to come out and pull the mic away from me, and the curtains open. And so he's like, I just ran away. And so then I ended the monologue. But the good ones stick with you. The powerful ones stick with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those of you in the chat who don't know this, whenever we record these plausible deniabilities, sometimes Brooke and I, after Michael leaves, will do a few shots of tequila and then record the mid-show break. Brooke is just like freezing. Okay, we don't actually do the shots of tequila, but we record the mid-show break. So whenever you listen to our show, when you listen to an episode of Red Dirt and you hear the mid-show break, just know if it's Brooke, if it's myself and Brooke, it's me and Brooke. That's where that's coming from. Is the energy of this show
right here?
That's right. We got 4 minutes before Michael Cross turns into a pumpkin with an NPR bumper sticker on it.
That's right. I heart NPR.
What's the weather going to be tomorrow?
Very good, very good. You know,
Is actually going to be lower 60s, windy, but then warmer on Saturday. It's going to be in the 70s.
Wow.
And then even warmer on Sunday. It's going to be in the 80s.
Now, I'm going to the drive-in tomorrow evening.
Did I sell the stocks, or is now the time to buy?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm going to the drive-in tomorrow evening. Is it going to be nice and cool?
The marketplace report, so I don't listen to the business people.
Johnny, you may have said something smart. I know, maybe
I what? Said something smart? No, bye.
The chance of that.
Wow.
They have no idea I'm still here.
Oh my God! I have gone blind.
I have the blind. All right.
Used sound effects. I expected like the invisibility spell to be there. So.
Right. Curtis Selby dreams big. Someday we should all play D&D at Stonehenge. Yes. Brooks' dice still won't roll well, but we should.
No, I'm believing that when we get there, it's nothing but natural 20 after natural 20 after natural 20.
Sure.
Cthulhu will be revealed.
Sure, buddy.
But I think the only way we could actually play, Cthulhu appears. The only way we could actually play at Stonehenge is if we all played druids. It would only be right if we were all playing druids.
But are we going to go old school, like first edition druids, and then have to have a contest, shape-shifting battle to see who's the chief druid?
Yeah.
The high
Well,
druid?
that's
I disagree with you, Michael.
Merlin type of druid.
We could also play aliens.
There we go.
Aliens.
That's like going to a Red Con and dressing up as Star Trek characters.
No. Don't do it. You don't dress up like a Star Trek character and go to a Ren Fair.
No, that's right. You actually go to a Ren Fair dressed as Doctor Who.
That is very acceptable. Yes. Or here's one I've never heard anyone say. Kinder Cthulhu is going to back me up on this. You go to a Ren Fair dressed as Stargate characters. Because almost every world they went to looked like it was shot at a Ren Fair in like the first 4 seasons. I'm actually kind of convinced they did that just to like save money on the budget.
If I could get one of the big heads, I would totally do that.
You could be Jaffa.
Stargate. I found a sound effect that is those ring sounds.
Send it to me.
I found that sound effect. Yeah, on Sirenscape.
I'm so excited.
And I might just use that.
Use it for the gates.
I know.
Yes. Because we have gates. I mean, do we have gates as a spoiler?
No, it's fantastic.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See, that's why I can't talk. That's why I can't talk live about our episodes because I don't know what I'm going to spoil.
Now, I hope that sometime soon, and this has not happened yet, is spoiler or not, but I hope that sometime soon we get to use that sound effect. That would be nice if we get to use it sometime soon, but I don't know yet.
At the sound,
we can't talk about the sound effect that Connor was raving about in the Discord.
I know.
We can't talk about that yet, so that's coming in about 2 episodes. Oh, if you guys are in, it's just so much fun because we know how much we're building this together with the folks in the chat and the Discord and all the fans out there, and so now it just motivates us to put out even a better and better performance, and Michael's always looking for the best sound effect and to really make the story come alive in your guys' imagination. It's just, we're so thankful you guys are on the road with us. It is just great.
Yeah.
It has been awesome.
Yep. Speaking of stuff. Man, that was good stuff. Save that for the mid-show break that we're recording after this, Brooke.
Yeah.
Hey.
Come on.
I hope you wrote that down.
It's okay. It's on the internet now. It's on the
It's
internet.
on the internet.
Re-pull it.
Right. You only get like one of those a month, Brooke.
Yeah, this is every now and then he rolls above a 15. It's pretty good. So,
Brooke, I got a text message from a lovely lass earlier, wanting to know where you acquired your straw.
I see.
Where did you get that?
Well, this I am chagrined to say that this straw is just a classic super extended straw from like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I was gonna say either Brahms is what my thought was Brahms.
Yep. Just, for like the 24-ounce super
It's just,
Gulp
I guess
thing.
it's in a tin can or a soda can. It looks like there's something wrong with it. Yeah.
It's in a 12-ounce can, so it looks like it's actually
Right.
water.
It's actually one of the gifts that we give to our $75 Patreons.
Oh, here's your straw.
For Patreon, and we'll give you a straw every month.
Right.
That's right.
Thanks.
One time yellow, next time it's red.
Thanks for the post roundtable dinner. Here's your straw.
Congratulations, you've just joined the Straw of the Month Club.
Oh my God. We have twisty straws. We got bendy straws. We got the hat with the crazy straws coming out. Oh my God. Why did anybody let us do a show together? Okay.
So glad they did.
They sign up for the wrong Patreon and they get like straw, as in like actual hay. Sometimes alfalfa. Sometimes it's wheat straw. Sometimes,
Right.
Oh, come on. That was a farming joke.
I got it.
Funny, people. Come on. That was good.
I got the farming. I didn't get the nothing. I didn't get the joke part. I'm making fun of Brooke.
Fun fact, Stacey Jones says Brahms straws have better structural integrity than any other fast food straw. And I agree with that. I do love the Brahms straws.
That man is either a kindergartner teacher or a physicist. One of the two.
I'm betting
I'm going to go physicist.
kindergarten teacher. Or an Okie, because Oklahoma has Brahms, Oklahoma has tornadoes, Oklahoma has the famous story of, did you ever hear about that time that tornado drove a straw plumb through a tree?
It's right.
Brahms straw.
It must have been a Brahms straw.
Brahms straw. Or Sonic.
Deductive reasoning at its finest.
Sonic straws are actually very good too.
Right. Deductive reasoning. We're going to change the name of the show to Deductive Reasoning. Michael Cross, how you feeling?
I'm tired as heck.
Let's get the hell out of here then.
1:30.
Woo! All right, boys and girls, we need to let our magician go to bed.
Yep.
He's got to get his sleep, or he can't study his spells to make magic.
Right. Because you're not a barbarian, you're a wizard.
I am. I'm a warlock. I stole my soul. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It came 8:01, and Michael's body clock went.
You could actually watch.
Oh, I saw it. That's why I was like, whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a pleasure hanging out with all of you tonight in the chat. It's episode 2 of YouTube. We did like 7,000 episodes on Twitch. I'm liking the YouTube thing. Glad all of y'all came over here and followed us. It's much gooder. That was my attempt at grammar. It failed. Was glad that you got to meet everybody. And
if you're not subscribed, subscribe right now.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Subscribe, tell your friends about it, and ring that little bell.
Something cool happens when we get 100 subscribers. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's pretty cool.
It's a straw.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brooke Bullock.
Michael Cross.
Johnny Payne.
And we'll see y'all in 2 more weeks.